I'm fit a bus, okay? To the engineers at Callaway, thank you. Thank you. I used to pray for times like this. Today officially marks the launch of what is very possibly a better version of the greatest Callaway golf club ever made, the Apex UW. If you are wondering what the hell is an Apex UW, Tej, let's refresh. At the long end of the bag, if you want launch, you tend to have a few different options, but usually they always leave you wanting something more. The hybrid is a long iron replacement. It's easier to launch than a long iron, but these aren't incredibly high launch by any means. They're not that hot off the face. Hybrid shaft selection in general kind of sucks, and people seem to feel hybrids are a little bit left biased. I've never felt that, but I guess you could make the argument. Then you have the higher lofted fairway wood, which is great if you want to launch the absolute piss out of the golf ball, but the problem here is because there is so much mass deep in these heads, gear effect plays a big role in misstrikes, which usually means the top to bottom launch and spin never feels that consistent. On top of that, if you want to play like a 7 wood at retail, these tend to spin a lot. On tour, you can put hot melt low and forward in these heads or just bend them to the right spec, and usually if you want to get the spin in the right spot, you have to go to like a 5 wood, but the problem there is they are just way too hot then. Enter the original Apex UW, which was literally the perfect retail middle ground between these two clubs. Bigger head than a hybrid, easier to launch, tons of mass low and forward in these heads, so the top to bottom launch and spin incredibly consistent. They had 335 tips, which means you could use fairway wood shafts, much bigger selection. Line goals were a little bit flatter. You also had this, the step sole, which I get isn't a triple cut sole, but you essentially have trail edge relief on an effing fairway wood. Turf interaction on these, incredible. I owned 4 of the originals. It was the perfect golf club to fill this spot in the bag, and frankly, if I didn't test so much stuff, if I was still playing competitively, no doubt it would still be in there. Then in 2023, we got this Apex UW, which was essentially like taking away 2010 greatest hits Katy Perry and giving us 2025 Katy Perry, okay? Everything that was great about the original, gone. No more step sole, higher spin, sat closed. This was not it. But ultimately, friends, my teenage dream has come true, and frankly, last Friday night when I opened this thing up, I just knew it was going to be a firework. Step sole has made its resurgence. They are back to sitting perfectly square, and overall, it just feels like Old Faithful has returned, except for one potential game changer, and that is the new carbon crown design, which is allowing them to put over twice the amount of tungsten, 41 grams versus 18 in the original, low and forward in these heads. But what's really interesting is that weight is actually not attached to the sole. It's suspended slightly, and the claim to fame here is that it's going to allow a little bit more flex out of the bottom of the face to retain ball speed. Also, having more weight forward and especially high should theoretically give you even more consistent top to bottom launch and spin than the original. They also added a 23 degree this year, and this thing is just unbelievable. This is why I love the Apex UW. First shot, by the way, 151 smash, 50 land at 4,900 spin. It is landing like a pillow on a beach, but it's not spinning 55, 5,700 like I would normally see with a stock 9 wood. Top to bottom launch and spin seems super consistent as well. These are going to be winners, and it is just shocking to me no other OEM is copying this design. It's too good. I'd have to think it's coming.